We are live.
We are live. Hey, hi everyone, and welcome to another Business Reinvented live broadcast. Happy New Year. This is our first one for 2021, so it's a warm welcome to you. If this is the first time you joined us, if you joined us in the past, it's a warm welcome back to you. Our aim over the next 12 months is to elevate 5,000 impact businesses right around the world. So it's a happy New Year to you, and it's a little bit of trepidation to say that's something of an oxymoron. Happy New Year, the way things have started, but nonetheless, Happy New Year to you. Welcome, and it's a warm welcome to my good mate and partner in business, Reinvented, Cam Roberts. Hi, Cam. Happy New Year to you.
Yeah. Hey, Steve. Happy New Year to you too. All the best for 2021 to yourself and everybody watching this. And that's the topic for today, 2021. What the new year holds, and are you ready for it? So, if you want to talk, I know you've got some things that you want to discuss about 2021, being ready, and some of the things that are changing. What do you think's going on?
Yeah, and this is, I guess, the purpose of our discussion here is to stimulate your thinking. I'd love to have a crystal ball and say X, Y, Z is going to happen, but it's still changing every day, right?
Yeah, right.
I saw something on it might have been something in my Facebook feed that said, other recommendations are to wear 2 masks, not just one. So, my goodness, where does this end? So, all right, let's get down to some reality, though. The key thing, where I want to start, Cam, is that even in tough times, people are still buying. People are still buying now. I'll just give you an example. People still need things. They still want things. And to give you an example, one of my clients, based on the marketing we did before Christmas for them, went away over the break. They weren't even in the office, and they came back to $146,000 in sales. And since they've been back in the office, that's bumped up to over $500,000 in sales.
Yeah.
So people are still buying, and they are still going to buy. Sure, there's a lot of stuff going on, changing energies with the planet, the US elections, the COVID, the African strain, the UK strain, my leg strain, there's stuff going on, but people still need stuff, and people still want stuff, and they will still buy.
Yeah, and that's true, and it's about being in the right place, right time, or pivoting, or reinventing yourself, or reinventing your business. I was talking to a gentleman this morning at swimming training. I don't swim train anymore, but I was taking the kids down, and we're cooking a barbie up for the kids to have breakfast, or the athletes to have breakfast. And he was telling me he's an avid golfer, and he said golfing memberships are up 60% since COVID-19.
Wow!
Because it was the only way that people could get out, or one of the ways, right, that you could go out and get some exercise. So, can you imagine if you, had anything to do with golfing during COVID-19? You sold golf balls, golf shoes, golf equipment, let alone, being a golf coach of any sorts. So you're right. People will always buy. If they're not buying over here, they're buying over there. The money doesn't leave the planet, as you so well say. It just gets redistributed. So, if they're not buying one area, they're buying in another area. So let's talk about
and I think go on. No, you go.
Oh, sorry. No, sorry, mate. You just froze up a little bit there. So go on.
I know I'm freezing every 10 seconds. You go, and hopefully my internet will catch up, if that's all right.
Okay. I'll send some money over to you, and you can pay your internet bill. But one of the things that we wanted to talk about today was, some of the changes in the market area, right? So I know for me, being in the advertising space, we're seeing, changes in the iOS 14, Apple iOS iPhone 14 update. So what's going to happen is that people will have the option to say yes or no to be retargeted to online. Now, that's massive if you're doing any type of advertising online, whether it's Facebook, Google, YouTube, Spotify, Shopify, any sort of app like that where you're advertising, or those apps that you might be using to advertise and generate leads and generate new business. Your retargeting opportunities will be almost halved, because Apple iPhone users represent 45% of the smartphone market. So there's 45% of people who potentially might click on no. They don't want to be followed around on the internet by remarketing and retargeting ads and sharing their data. So that's going to really impact the way that you advertise from 2021 onwards, and you need to take some things into serious account. And we're not here today to unpack those strategies, but that's just another example of things changing really quickly, and the need to adapt and the need to work on different strategies.
Yeah, I've just got to show you something. Hang on, Cam. Just you mentioned iOS and how things are moving quickly. Clean up over Christmas, I found one of my old phones. Look at the old Motorola.
That's a legend. It's probably the most reliable phone that you've ever had.
Yeah. Those little buttons and everything. Fantastic. Yeah, we've moved on from that, right?
Yeah. That's gold. It's probably worth something now. Keep it for a few more years. You might get something on eBay for it.
Who knows? Maybe.
It's like the old vinyl records. The vinyl records, they've come back into vogue again, haven't they?
Yeah. Cam, one of the other things I think I'd like to add to that, this is not a technical kind of thing like that, or a tools kind of thing like that, but the way the world is changing so quickly, I think we've got to make decisions faster, especially in 2021. I guess one of the challenges is in times that are really uncertain like this, where there's a lot of fear around, there is a tendency for us to analyze, to try and be as certain as we can moving forward. But I think we've got to let go of that fear and make decisions faster. I think the reality too, Cam, is that, 80 or 90% of decisions that you make can be reversed anyway. There can be a lot of fear around it that blocks it. So I would say, in amongst all those tech things that are so important, also make decisions faster so that you are moving faster and your business is moving faster.
Yeah, that's really good. I mean, it's always important to be agile, to be agile in business. But like what you pointed out, in uncertain times, or in times where there's fear, or in times where there's sensationalized news, right? And when there's times where people are leaving certain social media platforms en masse and picking up new apps, or whatever's going on, it's probably more important to be agile in your business, in the way that you attract new customers, in the way that you market, in what you put out into the marketplace. What might have worked 12 months ago on a landing page or a sales page, Steve, might not work anymore. The same sort of language might not work, but it doesn't mean that you should hold back from getting it out there. It just means that you need to test faster. Like, you still want to get it to the market. You still want to get your product, get your offer, get your funnels and your pages to the market. But it just might mean that you might need to be more agile and reinvent those things a lot quicker than what you're used to. Test them a lot faster. Don't let them stay up for as long before you change track and test again.
Yeah, I think as a further addition to that, Cam, in fear-based times, it's important to up your proof elements as well and copy. This is a purely copy perspective. Uncertainty, fear, beef up your proof. And there are many you can do. Logos and things like that are all important. Awards you win. We've been through this list many times before, but it is one thing that even people who this can say they know what they're doing, we look at their stuff and there needs to be more proof there. We can't ever assume that, it's that old thing of we underestimate the difficulty of the task of selling, and I would add we underestimate the task-based time. So in your copy, make sure you've got as much proof as practically possible, and as that can be in sales message.
Yeah, mate. Hey, buddy, you just dropped out a few times there, but I know you were talking about like social proof. You can never have enough social proof. Use the testimonies, use your case studies, and you might think that you have enough, but you can never have enough social proof in times of uncertainty. And I'll just add to that, Steve, like that's super important to have. And the other thing, in times like, 2020 and 2021 is go back to basics and look after your customers. Like, what can you, and it's one of those things that's thrown around a lot, customer service. We do customer service really well, or, we look after our customers, but do you really? You know what I mean? Like, what are you really doing better than your competitors at a customer service front, when you're working with your customers? Why would they stay with you in 2021? Why would they refer you in 2021? What gives you that point of difference? So that's, that's another element of your business that you can focus on that's really going to make a big impact, and allow people to kind of go, yeah, you know what, in uncertain times I can trust that company to do well behind me.
Yeah, with me freezing, I'll just say what Cam said. I got a couple of calls on the Motorola. So. I think another aspect to that too, Cam, is ask more. You know, I remember my very first copywriting mentor, the late great Ted Nicholas. In the very first copywriting seminar I went to, he said, you know, we should always be asking more often. He said there's only ever three answers: yes, no, or maybe. Yeah. And yet, for whatever reason, we have this block where we're almost afraid to ask because we don't want to know. But that's only one of three possibilities. And even if you get a no, well, you go somewhere else or find another person or thing it might be to ask. So yes, no, or maybe are your three options when you ask someone, but ask more. You know, and in these times, I think people are more open to helping out.
Yeah, that's good. And, you know, you talk about people are more open. You could go to social media. You know, we did that with one of our clients recently. We said, look, go to your list, go to social media, ask them what do they want. You know, ask them what's the problem that you can solve for them and build a product around that. And that's exactly what we did. We framed it up in such a way. He asked the market what they wanted. They told him, and then he went and, you know, invented the product and invented that first step of that, you know, sales funnel process. So, you know, that's a really good one for preparing yourself, you know, for what's coming in 2021. You know, you're not sure what your market wants now, or maybe there's some changes. Hey, just go and ask them. You know, ring up your top 5, 10 clients, survey your list, ask your social media folks, you know, the people, the fans and followers that you're connected with, do a Facebook Live, do a couple of videos and ask them, you know, what do they want? What are they looking for? What are their problems? And you'll be surprised at their answers and how much that can help your business and help you structure your marketing messages around that as well.
Yeah. Kim, I'd probably like to just go off on a little bit of a tangent here, and you'll smile when I say this. I did write about this earlier in the week to my list, but a mentor that we both had, you know, way back in another lifetime said that you should always be running your business like it's in crisis, because if you don't, pretty soon it will be in crisis. Yeah, that's a good one. I think that you know, that mantra, that truth, that truism is just as much relevant today as it was back when we heard it and went, oh yeah, whatever kind of thing. You know,
that's so good.
It's really wise advice, right? Because if you think about it, and I don't want to mean I don't want it to sound or mean that, gee, you must be panicking all the time and frantic and but you know, have things ready to go, because you don't know, especially these times, when you're going to need them.
Yeah, it's about preparing, right? So you just prepare for the worst, you know, and everything else is better. So you have a great year, like the economic climate and market picks up, you're going to have a great year, right? Because you prepared for it. But if it goes to, you know, shit in a basket, like, well, you're not going to be so bad because you prepared for it. You've built your business around, you know, partnerships and different models, and just slightly reinvented things to insulate yourself from those times.
Yeah. And I think also remember, wear 2 masks even on a live in case there's some germ transmission.
That'll be the next thing. You've got to wear a mask on a video.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. All right, Cam, look, just one of the things in terms of helping people, like, you know, we call this Business Reinvented, right? And our business, and this is Business Insiders, and we don't often have commercials on here about what we do, but would you like to tell the folks about, if they do want to ask for help, what the options are?
Yeah, so we've got a program where we help people in a very short period of time. We help them, you know, launch new products, new premium products really quickly. And so what I'll do, Steve, rather than kind of, you know, do an ad on a Facebook Live, I'll drop all the details in the comments below. So let me just go and grab that link now. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pop it in the comments. And then if anyone's watching this at a later time, they can just grab it all down in the comments area, and that's done there. So there it is. So we've got that's a bit of it. So if you want to launch your own profitable campaigns and funnels in 6 weeks, we've got a program that we're opening up for 9 people only. And to book a call, just go to businessreinvented.com.au/3 times power call, and then you can, you know, get access to Steve and I. We'll have a chat. We'll see if it's right for you. We'll tell you everything about it, and then we can go from there.
Yeah, alrighty. So 2021, Happy New Year. Who knows what the year will bring? Who knows what tomorrow will bring? But just keep marketing. Remember, people are still out there buying. Money has shifted around, but there are still opportunities out there. And no matter what happens, that will always be the case. You know, when we had those big lockdowns in the middle of last year, people still made money. I'm not saying it wasn't hard for people. It was hard for everyone, right? It was terrible.
Yeah, that's right.
But people still made money and businesses still survived and thrived. So if that happens again, you know, it will happen. You know, you still will be able to keep the business going unless the government shuts you down, of course. But, you know, there are still opportunities out there. So keep putting the shoulder to the grindstone and marketing away. And 2021, move faster, make more decisions. And if you need help, reach out.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Thanks, Steve. And we look forward to talking with you soon.
All right. See you next week.
Cheers, everyone. Bye.